Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of B is for Build. We are not working on the Mustang project today, and I will talk about that a little bit later. Today we're going to be working on the GTR. We brought back the GTR when we finished this series. I immediately went out and did this. Which immediately broke part of the all-wheel drive system. And I've been wanting to get it fixed, but then we also had an issue around titling. And once we got that issue sorted out, we were really caught up with other builds. And we thought, you know what, this is such an amazing car. We want to bring it back onto the show, give it some upgrades, make the changes. After I did my couple thousand miles on it, I really wanted to make a few changes to the vehicle and give it some upgrades, including the three-piece wheels that I know you guys were really stoked to see. They are here. We got them. We're going to get them on the car. So this thing's going to go through a little bit of a transformation, and we're going to get it back on the road in this episode. Stay tuned. Before we get started with work, I want to take a second out to thank our sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Hustle Castle. It's a new game for me. It's really fun. I've been playing it a lot and I've really been enjoying it. Have you ever wanted to run and customize your own medieval castle? If you have, Hustle Castle is the game for you. In this game, you can expand your castle and you can develop characters in different classes. You can attack enemy fortresses and fight against the orcs, the giants, the skeletons, and the dragons in order to defeat the demonic lord of the abyss. So you can tell the game's got a lot going on. It'll definitely keep you entertained for a long time. My favorite parts of it personally, I really like that you can jump all the way into your castle and each character, and then you can jump into their character and like their skill sets, their equipment, and stuff like that. So it's got more of like an RPG feel to it where you can build and develop those characters. And I also just really like the graphics. I think the graphics and the animation and the way that they do it styling wise is a really cool look. If you're like me and you're constantly building things and you want to get some of your upgrades done a little bit faster, make sure to use your diamonds. Use those diamonds, it'll instantly finish the upgrade for you. And there are clans in this game, and if you thought I wasn't gonna make a clan, you're wrong. I did. It's called B is for Clan, and you can find it right here to join and play with me. So guys, go download Hustle Castle right now using the links in the description below. Enter your nickname. New players are gonna get a sign-up bonus of 250 diamonds and 3,500 gold pieces. So go do it now. Huge thanks to Hustle Castle for sponsoring this episode. Now let's get down to work. All right, I promise we're really gonna get down to work very shortly, but you guys deserve some news about what's going on with the Mustang project. Obviously the videos are gone, and a lot of people wanna know what's going on. I don't have any statement to make right now about it. I'm not gonna say anything right now. We ran into an issue, and that's all I'm gonna say about it right now. So we are taking our time. We're still builders at heart. We still wanna build, we still wanna work on our cars. We're taking this time to work on the GTR. We're gonna have a really fun day working on the GTR. So hopefully I'm really gonna try and have the next episode be an explanation of what occurred with the Mustang, because I think you guys really do deserve an explanation on that. And I wanna thank you guys so much for all the nice comments, the loyalty, and just you know, being cool about this whole situation. So let's jump into the GTR. Let's have a fun day of building. I have been wanting to get this car back on the streets for so long. Today's the day. Let's get started. Getting started with wheels. Wheels. The wheels came, and I thought they were going to come put together, but they were not together. So we spent some time putting the wheels together. Once we got the wheels put together and assembled, and remember, we only needed two because the other two were not destroyed in the wreck, the Go Mobile Tires guys came out and helped us put our Nitto tires onto our new wheels. Also, Nitto gave me some tires for my Huracan, which is really nice because I kind of screwed one of them up. And now we're back in the shop with a beautiful, clean GTR. Now, although this is our most watched build ever, it was a long time ago, and I feel like a lot of you guys might not know about this build. So let me just kind of give you some of the highlights. We bought this GTR at auction for an insanely cheap price. It came crashed with a ton of rear quarter panel door damage, and then the damage also went into the rear subframe, which I decided to replace as well. Once we got all the sheet metal replaced and replaced the rear subframe, which was crazy because it included pulling a transaxle and all sorts of other good stuff, but it was a good learning experience. Got all that done. We decided to install a wide body kit that is similar to the one it used to have on it, and then we repainted the whole thing in-house. The paint job came out really nice. It's one of my best paint jobs I've ever done, especially because this is 3-stage paint. Came out really nice. Features for this car: it has full bolt-ons, it has over 600 wheel horsepower. I think it's 650 or more wheel horsepower. This thing in like second gear can rip all 4 tires off like no problem, just on a pole, which is really fun. But I did break the front wheel drive transfer case doing a donut because I didn't know you couldn't do that. The car itself is just a fantastic machine. I really love it. I wish it had Bluetooth. It doesn't. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. We upgraded some seats because one had an exploded airbag to these Sparco seats, and then I took the heating elements out of the heated seats and put them in the Sparcos. So we have one of the first set of heated Sparco seats in this car. So it makes it nice and cozy. And then we just did some other touches on it that we wanted. Like it has titanium exhaust, which is badass. It sounds phenomenal. And we had an awesome wing on here, but once we started driving, the wing supports were garbage, and it made it really dangerous. I didn't want to accidentally hurt anybody with a wing, so we took that off. We're gonna get that back on in today's episode. So with that, you guys are all caught up on the GTR except for the titling issue, and that was a nightmare. It was an accident. An accident happened where somebody pulled a duplicate title of this car. When that happens, the most recent title is the valid one. I was sent on accident the old one. And it took a very, very, very long time to get the correct one, but we now have the correct one. But because of the virus, the DMV is closed, and we're allowed to drive cars without registration anyways. So we have the right documentation. We would get registered if we could, but since we can't, we're allowed to drive this car, so yay! Oscar pointed out a good thing. It is still insured. This car's always been insured. That's a very important part. You never want to drive a car without insurance. So we're going to go ahead and get started. These came with our wing, and they are made out of carbon fiber, and I just don't think that's a really good base plate material. It's just not strong enough to take the side-to-side force. So we are going to remake these out of metal with a dual fin setup. So there's going to be a fin right here and a fin right here coming up and holding our wing. Oscar's going to get started on the base plate. Kyle and I are going to get started cleaning up the wing and helping him get these measurements all made and everything all set up. Also got a little bit of progress on these things. He got these off, and we're going to clean the base of them and start working on building the mounts. While he's doing that, Kyle and I noticed something. It might be a little hard to see on camera. Probably not. You can see how there's a really bad looking texture to the roof paint. This paint is fine. This paint held up great. Everything's fine. Something happened and there was some sort of a reaction, and it looks, so I did some polishing over here, and you can see how on the camera there's not really as many, but that's just an optical illusion. There's still just as many, and it's down, and it looks like it's gonna be really hard to see, so I'm just kind of bouncing light in weird areas. It looks like there's a problem in the base coat. Like the paint had a weird reaction. Something went wrong with this paint over time, and it got bad. Now it's perfectly smooth on the top. There's no texture to the clear coat. I think something happened in reaction with the base coat. Very strange, but it doesn't look good. I don't have time to repaint my entire roof. It would be cool, and we will probably do it someday. But for now, we have this exact gloss black vinyl wrap left over from the Burnt-A-Con SEMA build. We figure why not just stretch a piece of vinyl over this, go ahead and we're gonna clean this surface up really well, and Kyle and I are gonna vinyl wrap our black roof black, just so we don't have this kind of gross stuff. Quick cosmetic fix, not a permanent fix, but it'll work for a while. Whoa, upgrades are going good so far. This got me excited. So we vinyl wrapped the roof black. I tried all the paint repair methods I could even think of. Nothing was working. That's really bizarre. We're gonna have to repaint that eventually, but for now, I really like just that crisp black color that we get from some new vinyl wrap. You guys may have seen before, like years ago, how much we struggled with vinyl wrap versus this time we didn't even really use a heat gun much. It's just the difference of using good quality vinyl wrap, like that's 3M vinyl wrap, versus eBay stuff. I love buying cheap stuff on eBay, don't get me wrong. Vinyl wrap, I don't think is one of those things you want to buy on eBay. At least not the cheapest one. And then Oscar built our new steel stands to hold our arms for the wing. Before, when you would try and move this thing, it would wobble back and forth a lot. Now it is super, super strong, and I have no worries about this thing on the highway. And oh man, it looks so good. I know the like people were kind of split on like yes wing or no wing. I've always really liked the look of this car with a wing like that with the swan neck wing on there. So I'm really, really happy that we got it on there. And just, you know, a little bit of carbon looks great with this. So moving on to the next piece is our 3-piece wheels. These wheels are made by RSV, and these were the 2 that lived through the wreck. And then the 2 underneath I had to purchase from them brand new. So you could see the wheels underneath are unfinished. They asked what color I wanted. I couldn't make up my mind. Guys, I like gunmetal on this car. I also like black on this car. I like this color on this car. And I thought about running one color on one side and one color on the other side for a while, see which one I like more. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I know you hate that. So I actually said, don't even paint them. I thought this would be a really good car to test out some of the aerosol can spray vinyl wrap. So it's paint, you spray it on, and then you can peel it off when you're done. I thought, you know what, this will be the car. We tested out on it, and we could like somewhat frequently change the colors on this car based on just maybe the season, maybe theme it for, like, you know, when Christmas time comes around or something, or, you know, just test out different color combinations that I like. So Super Wrap sent us a little kit to spray these ones up. This is not like a promotional video at all, but they did send us some product, and we're gonna go ahead and test it out and see how it goes. We're gonna make these wheels black for our first little go round. We're getting pretty close to paint time here, and we ran into a problem. We actually got the back barrels painted black, which is a really nice way to hide dirt and stuff like that. But, okay, we made a bit of a mistake. Yesterday, when we were assembling these, we ran a bead of silicone in the middle. So in a 3-piece wheel, you have this outer barrel and the inner barrel, and you basically run a bead of silicone on the inside. You probably saw it in the videos, that black silicone looking stuff. We didn't give that enough time to dry, because we really wanted to get a tire on here. We kind of rushed it, and it pushed some of the silicone out, and this tire will not hold air. So it's our fault for pushing the timeline a little bit too fast. It would have been great to give it more time to dry. And then we started thinking, okay, well, so to fix that, we have to take the tire off, and then we have to take the wheel apart. And if we're gonna take the wheel apart and we can't use these things today, we really wanted to go take the GTR out for a drive. If we can't do that, we were thinking, you know what? Let's take this one apart, but let's take them all apart and send them off to powder coating, and let's just let you guys, the viewers, decide. So do you like the raw aluminum look? Do you like the bronze look? Or do you like the gunmetal look most? Those are the color options for right now. Let me know what you guys think. I think that the raw aluminum look is kind of coming back in style and would look really good on this car. We'll probably throw these on here for the thumbnail picture. But so sorry, I know you guys were super like excited for these 3-piece wheels. I was too, but it ain't happening in today's video. It's a bummer. So on to the next set of upgrades. We got to fix the problem with the all-wheel drive system, which I'm going to explain in a bit. And we have a new front lip. So it's hard to see in the shop, but, well, it's not that hard to see. That's a lot higher than that. I didn't like that look. I bought a carbon fiber front lip from China, and it's in that box right there. We're going to go ahead and get it out and install it on the car. Hopefully it'll start to look a lot better. We got our old front lip off that we built. It was a pretty cool little project that we did. You can see we like put a step in it and a bead roll and did some pretty good work. Not sure how we coated this, if it was painted, spray painted, or whatever, but it's got some chips in it just from a small amount of driving, which is something worth remembering. Now let me show you the new one, which is right here, and it's got the height of the OEM one, which is going to help make the front look more balanced, and then it's also got kind of this extension of the lip built into it. I thought this was going to be carbon fiber. It's not. It's just primered black. So I want this to be the same color gloss black as the center section of the front bumper. I really think that that's how it looks best. We've tried before on these things. We've tried spray painting before. That doesn't last very long. We've tried automotive paint before, and that chips. Now we've done vinyl wrapping before on these, and it's worked really well. But this has too many angles. The reason I think that vinyl wrap works well is it has some shock absorption. Vinyl is not a really brittle material, so if a small rock hits it at a high speed, it doesn't break it. So we did a test spray over here of the gloss black spray vinyl wrap, and it actually came out really nice looking, and it got me thinking, this stuff is a rubberized coating, so it's going to be more impact resistant and more resistant to chip. At least I believe so, than say like the traditional automotive paint. So we're actually going to try and paint this thing. Just going to give it a shot. You know, it's BS for build. We test things out, we see how they go, and then if they don't work, we fix them. So we're going to paint this whole thing with the high gloss black. We're going to do the black and then the protective clear coat over it. And my hope is that since it's a rubberized coating, it'll actually last up to rock chips a lot better than the traditional, more brittle automotive paint. And if it doesn't, it's peelable, so just peel it off and change it. The base coat is done and dried up. I did 3 layers of the base coat, and this looks very similar to what automotive paint base coat looks like when it's all dried up. So that's a really good sign. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it with a tack cloth real quick, knock any dust off of there, and then hit it with 3 coats of their clear coat stuff. Alright, we took a quick dinner break, let the paint dry up. This is now dry. It came out really, really good looking. I'm happy about this. Now, we will give you guys an honest opinion about how this turns out, how a rubberized coating for something like a splitter works in the long run. Again, this is not a promotional deal, so we will be 100% honest about how all this holds up, if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but I will say that I am happy with the finish, and it was pretty easy to do. So now we got to pop the front bumper off and pull it down so we can bolt everything up. It uses these bolt holes kind of right here along the way to bolt into the bumper, and then it's also going to bolt into the chassis underneath. It's up to you if we do a 30-day build. We're just reminiscing of SEMA last year, like crunch time, how crazy that was, how little we slept. Anyways, oh, you guys are in front of the thing we're gonna show. This came out fantastic. I'm really, really happy with the, like, you know, the shape and the look of this lip. It's gonna help, you can tell this, you know, it's a little bit taller, so it's gonna help bring it down. Our black paint perfectly matches our black paint, so this is a huge win. We are going to put that back on the car, but first we gotta do some stuff underneath the car. So I did immediately take this car out and go do donuts, not knowing that you can't do donuts with this all-wheel drive setup. It is very likely to break some ball bearings inside of a transfer case, and then stuff gets stuck. And what's happening and where this car is right now is it permanently right now has like a somewhat locked differential, sending 50% of the power to the rear and 50% of the power to the front. And that wouldn't normally happen. So when I'm in a parking lot and I'm driving, if I have to turn the front really hard, it kind of wants to lock up like a lock differential, and I risk really damaging this is where I'm a little bit fuzzy on exactly what part I risk damaging, but part of it is the front drive shaft, and then it gets into the transaxle back there and the all-wheel drive system of the vehicle. So Jared from Wrench Everyday is a total GTR expert. He knows like everything about him, and he can fix this transfer case problem for me in no time flat. So we will do that someday. But until then, you know, the quick and easy fix that is a lot of fun, that I think is going to be a lot of fun, is switching it to rear wheel drive. And I figured, you know what, I would like to do some burnouts with this car. I would like to just have a little bit of fun, maybe do some more donuts and stuff. So I'm going to switch it to all-wheel drive, or to rear wheel drive, and to do that is so dead simple. It's fantastic. I just have to crawl under there and take out the front drive shaft. So I'm going to jump underneath the car. I'm going to take out the front drive shaft. We're going to convert this GTR to rear wheel drive. Much, much more dangerous.
Much more funner.
Much more funner and dangerous. Oscar's got a hold of the front drive shaft. This goes from the transaxle in the back, which you guys saw us working on, straight up to the front differential and powers the front wheels. Took the whole dang assembly out, and now we have a rear wheel drive GTR. It's actually that easy. Pretty cool. So now that we've finished the work underneath the car, let's go ahead and get our front bumper back on the car. See how our new lip looks on it. Front bumper is back on with the new lip. It looks so awesome. I can't wait to see it all on the ground. But we definitely want to see what those wheels look like. So we're going to throw the brushed aluminum set of wheels on the passenger side, and then we'll set it down on the ground and let you guys see what it looks like kind of as a package all together. This is going to look good though. You can see the added height that that front end, that front lip has, is going to make it all be one like kind of even body line on the bottom, which is what we were really going for. So mission accomplished there. We got the new wheels on. Oh my god, the car looks so good with these new wheels on. I'm a big fan of these, just the brushed aluminum look. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I would really love to know what you guys think. It looks good. The amount of dish on this wheel, it's like you can look at it from here and you still can't even see spokes. It's so crazy. It looks really, really good just as a package. So I'm a fan of, I think this has my vote, or maybe a gunmetal has my vote, but I kind of like the whole like natural metal look to them. I think it looks pretty cool with the rest of this, but it makes the white kind of pop. But I don't know. You guys let me know. We'll see. We'll kind of read the comments and make a decision after that. And we have a flat tire, so we got to work. We have time to work on these wheels, anyways. But all right, so the last thing that we're going to do today is just have a little bit of fun. This car has an amazing titanium exhaust, and it just sounds so good. And I haven't really heard it rev out for a long time. So we're going to fire it up, let it warm up, and just remind you guys how good this car sounds. All right, car's warmed up. Time to piss off the neighbors. It's 1 a.m., but whatever. Alright guys, well it's a fun day with the GTR. We got all the modifications done on this that I wanted to. I'm really excited to drive it around in rear wheel drive mode. Maybe, be able to shoot a couple clips for Instagram or whatever. Make sure you're following us on there. We're going to ride with the Koenig wheels for now, and then the 3-piece wheels are going to go off to either powder coating or refinishing. You guys let us know in the comments what you want to see. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this one. Hopefully in the next episode I will have an update on the Mustang. If not, we may just start moving on to the Apocalypse cars. I will let you guys know, but be sure to be tuned in for that. And thanks to Hustle Castle for sponsoring this episode. Guys, make sure you click the link in the description and go check that out. Now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support, all the kind messages with all the stuff that we're going through lately. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!